I'm so excited to be finally bringing you The Sims 4 Vampires. Now, this has been a game pack that was revealed at the beginning of the month, and I just haven't been able to wait to get the first supernatural life state in The Sims 4. So, create vampires. With all new Create a Sim options, create vampire sims that are alluring or frightening. Choose their fangs and mysterious glowing eyes, and even customize the unique dark form to transform into when enraged or spooking other sims. Unleash supernatural powers. Earn and wield dozens of unique powers that give vampires the ability to control sims' minds and conjure spiritual energy. Balance your skills by taking on weaknesses and unlock new powers by winning an epic duel to advance your rank. Escape the Forgotten Hollow. The dark, mist-covered land of Forgotten Hollow is the perfect place for vampires to socialize and let loose. Visit the abandoned mansion to discover its secrets, collect ingredients for gruesome new recipes, or move in and build your own lair. Live the immortal life. Experience the life of a vampire and choose how to live. Will you drink from the blood? Will you drink? Sorry for that. Will you drink from sims or eat plasma fruit to quench your thirst? Embrace evil and stir up trouble, or blend in and start a vampire family. Whatever you choose, always avoid sunlight and garlic foods. So from what I can tell from this pack already is they've gone for very Victorian romanticist horror sort of vampires, such as Dracula, and gone for the more Victorian-esque sort of fashion and style I can see from the trailers and these pictures, and I can't wait to be delving into it. So up here, just for those who don't know, because I have seen many people say, to start a new game with no sims, just click new game and it will take you to create a sim where you can start a complete new game rather than keep playing in the same towns with your own sims, because I've seen several other simmers have to explain it sometimes, because some people don't know, because for such an important big button it's hidden in the corner. So if we go create sim and do the new add vampire. Okay, so this is vampire. I'm just gonna get rid of this sim here, and then go back. Not sure why, but I'm getting a bit of lag. So 1 moment. Okay guys, so this is a sim we're going to be using to look over. So if we go to face, we have these new skin tones. For those who have been on Sims lately, they were actually released in the most recent update, so some may have already spotted the connection there. You've got this bluish pale colour, you've got really pale, and then going into the dark shades we then have vampire browns. Now that looks very These look very sort of. They remind me a bit of like the Klingon sort of crests by their noses. No, but as vampire goes, it seems very Buffy the Vampire Slayer or True Blood or them sort of vampires. Oh, they're very sunken eyes. That's very bone-like. Like there's a massive scoop just come out from around the socket. It just like makes them appear they've got more sunken eyes. I actually like this. Not sure. He just looks like he's gone a week without sleep. I'm not necessarily sure I'd use them very often for my vampires or something, but I don't know. There's just eye details, so you've got the veins, sort of like the cracking style of the veins. Oh, there are more cracks. So you've got the veins here, or the blood is just pulsing so that it stands out. You then got the cracking. I can almost see that going on like a really old vampire, like one who's lived for a couple of 100 years, and the fact that their skin is still here and it's cracking under the fact that it's so old. Got this scarring. I really like it. In many ways, I'd like the fact that this eye's details and this eye's details were separate, so then you could have more variance in creating your Sims with scarring. But it looks like he's just come out of a battle. And then you've got this. It's a lot like Run Mascara, really. But I think it can have really good effect. I mean, it seems quite faded because this one has quite a darker skin rather than a paler one. If I with that, and these are the cheeks. So you got the cracking there. Let's just concentrate on the veins. It comes from the jawbone, then up the side by its temple and across to its cheek. Oh, now that again is another cheek feature that makes him look even older. But yeah, that's only on one side, so it really confuses me why they didn't do the eye scarring as sides as well. But that's interesting. So it looks like one side of his face is older than the other. And then you have veins again, but this is more small and concentrated. Get rid of his beard, which we don't actually have any new facial hair, but just a small amount of veining. While I think they could have done a lot with beards, I suppose many of the vampires from the Victorian era tend to have been clean shaven. And a lot of people believe the fact that the myth of the vampire, especially Victorian vampires, they were actually meant to be representative of the rich, and not many of the rich and high class individuals of the Victorian time, especially in in Victorian Britain. For those Americans who don't know, Victorian era, that's the 1800s. I believe Queen Victoria went on the throne in 1840s. Not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me on it. But yes, and the Victorian times, it used to be the fact that they drained blood, it was draining the money and basically the things the poor had, and the rich were taking it from the poor. Almost sort of a reverse from Robin Hood. So that's where many assume the tale of vampires come from. But then that all depends on what you believe in, spiritually, religiously. This being supernatural is not necessarily related to your spirituality or your religious beliefs. But here on this side we got more cracking, got the veins, the same from we just saw from the right hand side, this time on our left. Because there, if we then put the left side on, then gives the same appearance, the fact that he's older, he's tired, and the fact that you're able to do that for one side, I actually really like. Just wish they'd done it with a few of the eye details as well. Then have the mouth, so then we have the cracking that's already on there. Or I'm trying to work out, is that cracking? It's not really cracking, but I'm not sure what you describe it as. Except that's then the veins around the mouth. So you can have very veiny vampires, like there's lots of veins coming out from their cheeks, their eyes, their mouth. So that's in the more cracking pattern. So trying to work out what the first one is. But you have this, which is the small veins that are just by the sides. Yeah, I suppose that's similar to sort of like the mascara sort of eye details. Yeah, that one's interesting. Almost then, again, like old features, perhaps. And then you have teeth. So this then is very traditional vampires. The incisors become fangs, so the fact that they can drink blood. Then you've got these more monstrous fangs, the fact that all the teeth other than the molars are fangs, so they can bite and dig in to their prey. So that's more monstrous, that's more traditional vampires. Then you got traditional fangs again here, but the bottom incisors are also fangs. So that's slightly less traditional. And then you have where the foreteeth are fangs, almost looks slightly a bit like a beaver. And it looks like the incisors are slightly fang-like as well. And then you can actually put normal human teeth on vampires, which is interesting for those that want more human-looking vampires, I suppose. That's kind of interesting. Now I suppose the dark form being more monstrous. There, we're just going to throw them on. New hairs. What do we have for masculine hairs? Go all the way to the top. We have one new hairstyle. We have this asymmetrical brush to the side look, very gothic, that's very gothic style. I like it. I was just expecting more hairstyles than just single. So you got the more shaven details here, and then you got sort of like shorter bits, and it gets to long. Yeah, this reminds me more like 90s, 80s emo styled rather than Victorian fashion. But yeah, that's the only male hair. We have new hats, which just one, but we don't get a lot of hats, which means it's a welcome addition. This is something I'm not surprised we're getting. It's a top hat. Brown and gold being the default, and you've got this white. So this is something if you're doing more. Oh, I like that blue. But if you're doing more olden styled Sims, for example, if you're doing the history challenge, there's, I believe, a Victorian, Industrial Revolution generation in that. This pack so far seems to be a good addition there. But you can get this in a variety of colours, red and black, or black and red. You've got the clean white, you've got the white with the grey band. So yeah, interesting top hat. I believe the other two hairs are females, so we're not actually going to check them out. We're going to wait until we do the female half. Earrings, no masculine earrings, and as I thought, no masculine necklaces. We have makeup, neither are masculine, which isn't surprising. But also just show the eyes. You have this, don't believe that's actually vampire eyes, but you got this one, which is complete eyes entirely black. You've got the whites of the eyes as well as the pupils, and the irises all are black. You've got black background with the turquoise eyes, and then you've got this more, I see this being a mix between sort of like alligator eyes with the slits, more reptilian style, more predatory. Cats have similar pupils, but that's more, I see more predatorial eyes, perhaps more for the dark form than it is for the normal. Then you got the more, it's like an icy blue. I like that, it's very eerie, especially if in the night. You got this, the purple that he had on originally, then this red. Now white, I really like that actually. I really like that. That would be a good feature if you wanted to introduce something, say for example a blind sim, because I know a blind person and they don't actually have any iris colours, that is all white, and this would be a very good feature if you wanted to add a blind sim into your game. But even if you don't want them blind, it's still an interesting eye colour. Then have this yellow with the orange rims, and then it's really dark red with a. So yeah, I really like the eyes. And as you can see here, you have normal ears, big ears, and flat ears, which you get with every sim. But it seems to have also added a few pointy ears. So that's got a high point. The one before was very similar, but it was just lower. See, these I see being more elven ears, and then these ones being, see, they're actually going back, whereas that I see being quite Vulcan. Like any Star Trek fans wanting to make a Vulcan, that's very interesting. I wonder if you can get them with regular Sims as well. But that's the male facial features. we're going to start off with tops. So, new tops. If we actually do this from a filter pattern. So yes, there are only 3. We have this shirt, which is very interesting. Got the high collar and the asymmetrical fold over button shirt. I like this pattern. I really do like this pattern, but you can get solid. Yeah, as you're doing this white, it does seem very chef-like. It looks a lot like of what I would associate a chef wearing. Then got this more denim jacket with I'm assuming a long sleeved shirt. That's more I'd associate with like Buffy, like vampire slayer, more than actual vampire. But it's also something a regular sim can wear as well as a vampire. So although this is based a lot around vampires, they still added that one piece that can be used for regular sims as well. Ooh, I do really like this, especially with the skull pocket watch. We've got waistcoat. I'm a really big fan of waistcoats. I like the shirt that comes with it and the linear pattern on this sleeve, and they remind me a lot of like the tattoos you can get, which also just wanted to mention there are no new tattoos, which is a bit of a shame because they could have done so much with the different options. And then trousers or pants if you're American. Got these. Oh, so you then got these patterned trousers with a button up at the bottom. I like this black, but I wonder. Oh, now that's making it gold. Sort of like a 2-layer. It's got like a shine to it. Not sure if I particularly like it in that. They're more Jane colours, more blue. You got red. I can't see myself using this particular pair very often just because of patterns. I do tend to use the more solid coloured items. The next one is so the next pair of trousers is the same as the pattern, just the fact that there are no patterns, it's all solid. So that's quite interesting. I believe I'll be using these quite a bit. And then accessories. Doesn't seem like men get any accessories, which I'm finding quite interesting. Missing quite a lot of features. Doesn't seem like the men are getting quite a lot. Then you have this pair of shoes. Oh, I do like these. Got a two-tone there. These are very nice. Again, reminding me a lot of like Victorian England styled, which isn't that surprising because that's what I believe they based this pack off. This Victorian vampire style. But I'm actually gonna do this create a sim look into vampires as a two-part. I've just shown you the man and the introduction. Next part, I'm then going to do the women and the traits, aspiration, and quick shaft, the dark form. And then I'd also do a build and buy mode to show you what you get in that. And I'm also then doing a vampires series, in which case I'll be exploring the gameplay. So hope you guys see that, and see you guys later. Bye. Also guys, so sorry, I forgot to show you guys the male full outfit clothings. There appears to be quite a lot, so this is where most of the male clothing come into it in this pack. So these trousers are very similar to the other one, to the pair you get anyway, but then got the classic shirt with the like patterns, and then this fur innered cloak with the turtle shell pattern. That's rather interesting. I personally don't like it. I'm not a big fan of fur clothing at all, whether it's fake fur or real fur. Personally, it's not really my style, so I can't really see myself using it very often. The only time I can see myself using it is if I'm creating a sim for someone else, or just making a generic sim I'm personally not going to play as. Then have this more formal shirt, this suit rather. It's just being quite a lot like butler sort of wear. I do like the style with this, with the white jacket, the white shirt, the bow tie, the waistcoat, all having matching colours. I do like the pattern as well, I think it works. I believe I use this quite a lot, but only really for formal wear, not for everyday wear. Although perhaps for a vampire it may work. Maybe the more richer vampires. Oh look, this one's solid colours. So you do get solid colours in this as well. So that's nice. And then some also the patterns. This one's very similar. You got a more Victorian styled bow there instead of a classic bow tie. Then you got the waistcoat that has quite a pattern, and then it's more tailed jacket, solid colours with the lines. I like this one as well. Reminds me of what you would expect a piano player to be wearing, or that's how I vision it anyway. Oh, I like this purple. That reminds me a lot about the Joker, really, with his purple jacket suit and his white face, his green hair. But I really like this. That actually really suits his skin colour and his hair. I actually really like that. Ooh, we then have this trench coat, buttoned up jacket. Yeah. This one you actually saw one of the vampires in the trailer wearing. It's very interesting. I like it quite a lot. Not sure how much use I necessarily get out of it as an everyday wear. but I can see myself using it from time to time. And then the last thing, oh, so this is like the first one we saw, but just without the turtle shell pattern. I believe the same with that. The colours are still the same. It's literally just without the turtle shell pattern on the back. And I believe the same as with that, I am not going to get much use out of it at all. In truth, I'm surprised, like with this one, they didn't just put it as one item and just give more colour options. But in truth, I like this the most. It goes with the sim a lot. And this time I am actually going to say bye, guys, because that's all I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to do the next in part 2 of Create Sim. So, bye guys.